Robbie, I want to talk about the ambitions for this season and talk about really is top four possible for Manchester United this season. Now, it's been an up and down start to the season, to say the least, for Manchester United. I think if you look at how the last few games have gone, they haven't been great. West Ham, Everton, and Palace warming out the three, and it's probably in the toughest result fixture of them all against Crystal Palace. Now, you look at the overall season, as I said, there's been up, down. There's been good points, beating Liverpool, getting good results against Chelsea, beating Palace for the first time in 5 years. But there's also been some bad points, and that's losing to Everton in the manner that we did. You should never have lose that game, especially when they have 10 men. United are at home. You got to take the game to them. You look at West Ham. I think that was a particularly down point as well. The fact that United weren't comfortable beating a side that was 17th in the Premier League. Very poor away form. Now, obviously, it's Wolves tomorrow for United, a huge game, a game in which we should easily win, but you never know. No game is easy for United fan at the moment, and the United player. Now, I think top four again has to be ambitious. There has to be an ambition for United this season. There isn't that many points between where United are now to the top four, and I think if we are to win tomorrow, we will go into fifth place above Everton and just behind Chelsea. So it shows the table is quite tight at the moment, and again there are avenues for to exploit, and I think that's something that does come from Manchester United this season. So I think we definitely need to kind of up our game. I think top four is definitely an ambition. There should be an ambition of United this season. Look at last year, how bad it ended. 15th place, no European football, lost the Europa League final. One of our worst ever finishes in the history of Manchester United, probably the worst that I can definitely remember in my lifetime anyway. So listen, I think Ruben Amorim has got a lot to do this season, and there's a lot of issues still need to be solved. But again, you look at the league, you look at top four as a again, it's going to be difficult, but at a push, Europe should be an ambition of United, and whether that's through winning the FA Cup or is that just simply through qualifying through the Premier League. But you look at the competition, Arsenal very strong this season. I know they lost to Villa yesterday, but they looked very strong. I mean, they've got a lot of good squad depth. City are challenging, they're doing very well. They've seen off Sunderland, and they're firing at the moment, scoring goals. Again, Villa, they've looked fantastic. I mean, again, they beat Arsenal. They're looking like they're getting a bit of form. Chelsea, we know what they're about. They're a team who again can cause problems. But in terms of Manchester United's own ambitions, I think Amorim talked about it as well. Getting into Europe, United should be in Europe every season, and the fact that we weren't in Europe this season, again, was kind of deemed as the blessing in disguise. But so far, I wouldn't kind of describe it as that. You look at how our performances are really inconsistent week to week. That is a massive problem for the club, and I think that's something that Amorim is trying to solve because we never really get a consistent Man United. You look at we can play shockingly as we did against Everton, or look at Crystal Palace game for example. You play shockingly in that first half against Palace, but second half, one of the best performances this season. You get 2 goals, you win the game. So is that literally sums up United in one sort of game really. First half embarrassing, poor, sloppy. Palace are all over Manchester United, causing problems. Then you look at the second half, there's a change in intensity. Amorim tweaks a few things, but ultimately, yeah, I think looking at top four, it is possible, and I think it should be the aim for Manchester United this season. In terms of predicting my top four, what would the top four be? I do think shock statement, but I think Man City win the league. I think Arsenal finish second. I think Chelsea finished fourth. I think Villa finished third. Chelsea fourth, and I think United do come in fifth place. I'm hoping that we can anyway. I think that would be an absolute good season. Hopefully, you win the FA Cup as well. Obviously, we can't win the Carabao Cup because we're out of that game. But again, there are ambitions that the club have, and I think top four should definitely be one of them. But yeah, listen, coming up, obviously, we got Wolves tomorrow. Hopefully, be doing a watch along for that if I can get the things sorted. There's a few things I need to solve, but potentially doing a watch along for the game tomorrow, which will be exciting. But yeah, there's a huge opportunity tomorrow to get some points and get into the top four, and I think that'd be the ambition of a lot of United fans and going forward because we need to capitalize on at least one of the opportunities that United have had. The Everton one should have been 3 points, and the West Ham one definitely should have been 3 points. So yeah, listen, it's going to be a tricky game nonetheless. Tomorrow, United never make it easy for themselves in the easiest of games, but I'm hoping we can get a result. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there.